ladies and gentlemen. As we step into the fourth day of this prestigious Atal AICT sponsored faculty development program, from goals to outcome, designing education for measurable SDG impact, we are privileged to begin our day with the presence of a luminary whose vision continues to illuminate the path of higher education. The Honorable Vice Chancellor, Teerthanker Mahaveer University, Professor V.K. Jain sir, whose name is synonymous with academic brilliance, administrative acumen, and transformative leadership. A visionary par excellence, he has not only led the institution but has redefined its very trajectory. Under his dynamic stewardship, Teerthanker Mahaveer University has reached to remarkable heights, emerging as a center of excellence, innovation, and inclusive growth. His leadership is a rare blend of intellect and inspiration, where every initiative reflects foresight, every milestone speaks of progress, and every achievement bears the mark of his unrelenting commitment to quality education and societal transformation. His inaugural session on unpacking the SDGs framework, relevance, and role in higher education received an overwhelming response and set the intellectual tone for the entire FDP. His words resonate with wisdom, and his ideas ignite thoughts, purpose, and direction. Today, we are deeply honored to have him once again with us to share his profound insight on the theme local to global, community engagement, and real world problem solving. The session promises to be yet another milestone from a leader whose action embody excellence and whose presence continues to add glory to the growth history of Teerthanker Mahaveer University. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all join in offering a most respectful and heartfelt welcome to Professor Dr. V.K. Jain, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Teerthanker Mahaveer University, a true architect of change, a beacon of wisdom, and guiding force behind TMU's journey from excellence to eminence. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Neha Anand, madam. It's really a wonderful opportunity to interact with all the levels of intellectuals. As you have already shared that you are having different people ranging from the lecturer level till the professor, even senior professors, directors also. And attending the program in the evening, 6 to 9 p.m. every day for 1 week duration, that itself is really a very, very important task and a good level of commitment on the part of the faculty members. So today is the fourth day, and in the last 3 days, I think many things have already been discussed. And I'm sure that all the participants may have been benefited by the inspiring talks given by various people, and they are from academia and industry both. And you have kept a good blend of people from academia and industry, even inviting some experts from other countries. I heard that one faculty was there from UPM Malaysia also.
Yes, sir.
So this is a true reflection on how serious TMU is in delivering its best for the students, or we can say for the participants, for the faculty members. And the themes of this FDP are very, very diverse in nature. Sometimes we are talking about SDG goals. Sometimes we are talking about how it can be, how SDGs can be built over the curriculum, how a good curriculum of international standard can be framed. And today we are going to talk about a very, very important theme, local to global, community engagement and real world problem solving. If we see this theme is having basically 3 different words, or you can say community engagement is one aspect. We can say 3 different aspects. Community engagement is one. Real world problem solving is another. And local to global is third. And fourth is how TMU is contributing towards achieving all these 3 together. And fourth is how academic institutions the faculty members belongs to different institutions, how different institutions across the country can play a significant role so that our future generation is prepared to take up the challenge for from local to global and build a good community which can be sustainable over the long period of time. So I'm going to start with the first one, the first concept, first phenomenon. We can say, what is the meaning of community engagement? And I would be covering my talk with the various case studies, which would be fitting it into the different kind of scenarios, and which are the cases, which are the live examples of the success stories of various business houses or various persons and individual capacities. So I think that all those case studies would support the learning of the individuals. So let me share my PPT, then I will uh, is it visible to everybody?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay, thank you so much. So let me start with the first theme, that is the community engagement. Now, when we talk about community engagement, the question comes to our mind that what does it mean? What kind of community engagement we are talking about? Whether we are talking about the community engagement in our local community, I mean the colony of the society we are living in, or we are talking about the community engagement within our workplace, or within our city, within our state, within our country, or within the global network, or within the world. So it is really very, very important to know that what does this community engagement means. So if we talk about the community engagement, it is a combination of three things. We can say it is a journey of collaboration, empowerment, and collective growth. Here, collective growth means the growth for everyone. We cannot talk about the community engagement if we are talking about the growth of our own. We have to think of a win-win situation for all the stakeholders, all the participants. So keeping in mind the growth for all the participants, all the people who are engaged, they all should be equally benefited. So that is the main motto of the community engagement. Now further, if we discuss on how the community engagement can be done, so there are 5 C's of community engagement, or we can say 5 pillars of community engagement, which are really very, very important to build upon. And all these 5, as we all know that, all these 5, the first one is known as connection. First, we need to develop a connection. Connection here means develop a rapport with the people we are trying to collaborate. We are trying to make the relationships. So if we are able to make the good relationship and develop a mutual trust between different stakeholders, then only we can become successful. We would be able to develop a good community engagement. So connection is the first important step for developing a good relationship. Then coming to the second one, that is called as collaboration. So here, what does collaboration mean? Here, collaboration means working together, then pooling the diverse skills, pooling the diverse resources, and sharing the common objective so that everybody is working towards optimization of the resources. Whatever resources we have, whatever skills we have, if everybody is working in the same direction to achieve the same target, to achieve the same objective, that is the real meaning of the collaboration. Then comes the communication. Communication is very, very important. Communication is the key to develop the connection as well as the collaboration. It has to be very, very open, transparent, and everybody should be given an equal opportunity for speaking as well as for, for putting up their views. So, and they should have a feel that they are also being given importance, they are also being heard, they are also being valued. So once this is developed, a good communication is developed, it means we are moving towards a good community engagement. Then comes the fourth C, that is called a contribution. So contribution has to be done from different levels by everybody and without seeing the personal benefits. Whenever we are talking about the contribution, it has to be the development of the community, development of the society as a whole. So the contribution is the important pillar. Then comes the commitment. So once the things are, connection is settled, collaboration is done, communication is established, contribution is being done at every level, then comes the commitment, wherein whatever is decided, whatever vision has been framed, whatever mission has been framed, whatever goals has been set, accordingly, everybody has to work hard so that whatever was committed and it is being achieved. So all these 5 C's are really very, very important for a better and effective community engagement. Coming next, what are the other key points which are really important for the community engagement? So here we can see there are 5 different points. You can say 5 different steps, or you can say 5 different strategies, or you can say 5 different philosophies, which are really important for the better community engagement. The first one is the purpose. Why engagement matters, why community engagement matters, why there's a need of having a good community engagement. Then once you have decided to engage with the community, then what are the basic principles or core principles for the community engagement? That has to be discussed, that has to be defined. Then a proper planning has to be made for the community engagement, that we can call it a strategic planning. Then comes the effective outreach and communication. And the 5th one is called as measuring the impact and sustaining momentum. So this is the 5th one is for the long-term success and sustained success. All these are the 5 steps. We are going to discuss each one of them in detail. So the first one is really very, very important, that matters, that why community engagement matters, why there is a need of community engagement. So it is really helpful in building the trust and resilience, and it helps the concerned persons or the society or the people who are the part of this community engagement, that gives them a trust, a value, so that they can work over a long period of time to achieve the success which they have already decided. The second point comes, it empowers the local solutions, because we are talking about from local to global. Although in the beginning I have said that there are 3 different concepts or philosophies: community engagement, real world problem solving, and local to global. Although all the terms are different, but here we are talking about everything with reference to local to global. So whenever we are having any local problem that may be relating to any colony or a society, so first we should try to think, brainstorm that what the local problem exists and how this local problem can be addressed by suggesting various solutions whether this is a general solution, whether it is a technology based solution, whether it is a collaborative solution, that solution can be framed and everybody feels that they are the part of that decision making. So the community engagement always supports and it empowers the local solutions. And the third most important is it drives the positive change. So whenever we talk about involving people, involving communities, then we always talk about it is resulting into a positive change in the society, positive change in the community. So here I would like to discuss a case study of Lijjat Papad. I think most of us may already be aware about that how Lijjat Papad was successful. Lijjat Papad was successful in the and how it has become from just 7 women coming together in 1959 at Goregaon, Mumbai, and started making papad and started selling in the local community. And in 2024, it has become a very big empire, and there is a group of 45,000 women as on 2024, and a company of 1,600 crores. Starting from rupees 80 in 1959 to a company of 1,600 crores in 2024. This is the biggest example of the sustainable cooperative economy, and it has brought a social change and social impact amongst the women. It has also led to financial independence and dignity for women. It promoted gender equality and the social development, and it has also inspired other cooperative societies and social enterprises in India. So from this case study, what we can learn is that just a humble beginning of 7 ladies, they wanted to spend some part time, maybe 2 to 3 hours a day, and they want to live with a dignity and want to earn some money which they can support their families. Here the important point is everybody is a owner. Here there is nobody is employer and nobody is employee. So everyone is a partner. So that kind of feeling is given. Everybody is given an equal opportunity to speak, and there is a clear-cut communication, and everyone is feeling that they are being heard of. Ethical values are being practiced. So this is a unique case of Lijjat Papad, which has how it has turned from 80 rupees company to a 1,600 crore company in a small time. So community engagement is really very, very important, and it has to be developed at all levels at different point in times and everywhere across the world. Now comes here, whatever we will discuss, you can take everything in the case study of Lijjat Papad. Now here what are the core principles of engagement? So here there are 4 core principles of engagement. First is the inclusivity. It ensures that all the voices, especially marginalized ones, are heard and all are valued in the process. So everybody is included, everybody's viewpoint is taken care of, and everybody's suggestion is being heard and it is being implemented if it can help the organization. Second important principle is the transparency. So here the open and honest communication between the stakeholders so that there is a good outcome and whatever is the desired goal that is achieved. So a high level of transparency has to be maintained. Collaboration, we have already discussed that collaboration has to be done between different stakeholders. And the most important is the impact orientation. Whenever we are talking about the community engagement, there has to be goal in our mind that what exactly we are going to achieve, what kind of impact we are going to have over others, over the society, or on the economic condition of a particular town or a society. So the impact orientation is really very, very important. So these are the four principles of community engagement: inclusivity, transparency, collaboration, and impact orientation. Then coming to how the planning has to be done. If we want to do the community engagement, then what are the various steps? So the first step is define the clear objectives. So as we all know that whatever new we are deciding, whether we want to open a college, we want to open a university, or we want to open a business house or any startup, the first and simple strategy is we should have clear objectives, what exactly we want to achieve. Even when we do research, whether it is a project or it is a PhD work, we define our clear objectives. Then the second point comes the identify the stakeholders. We should identify then who can become our customers, who can become our suppliers, who can become, who are the ones who can supply us the machinery, who, from where we will take out the various resources like manpower. So the various stakeholders need to be identified, and from where you can take and what would be the associated cost. Then develop a phased approach. So here, developing a phased approach means you can divide it into various steps. Like in phase one, you want to grow like this. In phase two, you would expand. Then in phase three, it can reach to some other cities or other countries, whatever. So depending upon the type of project, type of engagement, we can decide our different phases. Now each phase can vary. Each phase may be of 3 months duration each, maybe of 1 year duration, depending upon what kind of community engagement project we are talking about. Then comes the allocation of the resources. So all types of resources allocation has to be done, whether it is a man or machinery or finances, whatever it is there, all these resources has to be allocated. Then comes the effective outreach and communication. Nowadays, as we all know that communication is the key, that all the stakeholders in the chain should be empowered through a good communication, open and transparent communication. So there are various ways of doing this. The first one is the leverage diverse channels. I mean, all the channels of communication to be explored, and our news through various mediums to be floated across all the stakeholders, whether it is a social media or a local newspaper, community radio, flyers, word of mouth, whatever way it should reach to the all the people around. Then comes the host accessible meetings, means all the people in the community should be consulted, time to time meetings to be conducted. That may be online meeting or an offline meeting, whatever is the possible, that has to be done. Then whenever we are trying to communicate with each other, then we have to use the very, very clear and simple language so that everybody understands that what are the business points. The last one is the building the trust through consistency. I mean, whatever are the updates, whatever are the um, challenges, whatever is the progress, whatever are the achievements, all these things has to be communicated time to time to all the stakeholders and senior office bearers. Then only we can think of effective outreach and communication. Then once we have developed all that, then definitely we should try to maintain and measure the impact. Whatever we are doing, we should try to measure the impact time to time, whether the different people or a group in the community, whether they are regularly participating in the meetings and events, whether they are giving regular inputs and feedbacks, that has to be assessed. Project outcomes aligned with the community needs, well, whatever outcomes we are having of the project, whether it is trying to satisfy the community needs, and what is our future vision. So here I would like to say that there's a Deming's philosophy which talks about PDCA. We call it PDCA cycle. So every time, every maybe at every interval, or with the frequency of maybe 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, depending upon how the company decides. So planning has to be done, plan, execution has to be done, that is known as do. Then check. Check means is a feedback, measuring the impact, and again act means whatever are the problems, whatever are the weaknesses, all those to be removed. So plan, do, check, and act has to be applied at regular intervals. That interval may be different for different organizations. Here we are not defining that what should be the interval. So all these were the 5 strategies for this. Here I would like to sum up the first one, because we have discussed the community engagement aspect, and I would like to sum it one with the very, very famous case study of turtle and rabbit. I think all of us may have heard this story when we were young, that there is a race between turtle and rabbit. And so here the story is a bit different, bit enlarged, and
Turtle and a rabbit had an argument about who was faster. They decided to settle the argument with a race. The turtle and the rabbit both agreed on a route and started off the race. The rabbit shot ahead and ran briskly for some time. Then, seeing he was far ahead of the turtle, he thought he'd sit under a tree for some time and relax before continuing the race. He sat under the tree and soon fell asleep. The turtle, plodding on, overtook him and soon finished the race, emerging as the undisputed champ. The rabbit woke up and realized that he'd lost the race. The more
चलाओ। चलो।
Sir, the very first part of the session was highly fruitful for us. Like you told us so many things about community engagement, and under your worthy guidance, the university is doing great in the field of community engagement. Various initiatives we have taken under your worthy guidance, and the university is moving ahead by having various initiatives in this direction. Like under your worthy guidance, we have done so many social responsibility project, especially for the environment sustainability, as you discussed on the very first day what the university is doing in the field of environment sustainability. And then we have NSS scheme here under the worthy guidance of honorable vice chancellor sir, and we are also conducting health and hygiene camp. And to the information of the audience
Both
participants,
agreed on a route and started off the race. The rabbit shot ahead and ran briskly for some time. Then, seeing he was far ahead of the turtle, he thought he'd sit under a tree for some time and relax before continuing the race. He sat under the tree and soon fell asleep. The turtle, plodding on, overtook him and soon finished the race. Emerging as the undisputed champ, the rabbit woke up and realized that he'd lost the race. The moral of the story is that slow and steady wins the race. This is the version of the story that we've all grown up with. But our version of the story continues. The rabbit was disappointed at losing the race, and he did some thinking. He realized that he'd lost the race only because he had been overconfident, careless, and lax. If he had not taken things for granted, there's no way the turtle could have beaten him. So, he challenged the turtle to another race. The turtle agreed. This time, the rabbit went all out and ran without stopping from start to finish. He won by several miles. The moral of the story? Fast and consistent will always beat the slow and steady. It's good to be slow and steady, but it's better to be fast and reliable. But the story doesn't end here. The turtle did some thinking this time and realized that there's no way he can beat the rabbit in a race the way it was currently formatted. He thought for a while and then challenged the rabbit to another race, but on a slightly different route. The rabbit agreed. The turtle and rabbit started off. In keeping with his self-made commitment to be consistently fast, the rabbit took off and ran at top speed until he came to a broad river. The finishing line was a couple of kilometers on the other side of the river. The rabbit sat there, wondering what to do. In the meantime, the turtle trundled along, got into the river, swam to the opposite bank, continued walking, and finished the race. The moral of the story? First, identify your core competency, and then change the playing field to suit your core competency. The story still hasn't ended. The turtle and rabbit by this time had become pretty good friends, and they did some thinking together. Both realized that the last race could have been run much better. So, the turtle and rabbit decided to do the last race again, but to run as a team this time. They started off, and this time, the rabbit carried the turtle till the riverbank. There, the turtle took over and swam across with the rabbit on his back. On the opposite bank, the rabbit again carried the turtle, and they reached the finishing line together. Both the turtle and rabbit felt a greater sense of satisfaction than they'd felt earlier. The moral of the story? It's good to be individually brilliant and to have strong core competencies, but unless you're able to work in a team and harness each other's core competencies, you'll always perform below par because there will always be situations at which you'll do poorly and someone else does well. Teamwork is mainly about situational leadership, letting the person with the relevant core competency for a situation take leadership. And that is the end of the story.
I think the message is clear from this video, and everybody may have enjoyed this video. I think there
Yes,
are a
sir.
lot of learnings.
Yes, sir.
And as an individual and as a team member, I think we all should work very hard to work in the teams, and we should try to set up a win-win situation for everybody. So this was the first part. We were talking about the community engagement, because without teamwork and without leadership, no community engagement is possible. And even if it is possible, then it cannot be effective, it cannot be successful. So whatever points we have discussed in the first part, that all has been concluded by this video. Now let us move to another part, wherein we would be talking about the real world problem solving. So when we talk about the real world problem solving, the problems may be existing in some part of the world or in some area, or it may be existing in every part of the world. So now when we are trying to find out the solutions, then definitely we have to think of something. And what are those things? Why to solve problems locally, and which can later on impact globally in the global scenario. So first we should think that what are the local challenges and how those local challenges can be solved, and the solutions which we are developing, how it can act as a global seeds, and later on it can become a global solution which can serve the community or the people around the world. So we should try to start from the local problem, and then we should move ahead and to take it forward at a global level. Second is the empowering communities. Whenever we are talking about the community related problems or the local problems, then we should definitely take everybody into confidence, and whatever benefit comes, that has to be explained and that has to be discussed. And again, I am saying that we should try to have a win-win kind of solution for any kind of problem. And third and most important thing is the skill development. So whenever we are talking about solving the local problem or a local challenge, we should try to create an ecosystem wherein the local people should be trained, they should be given training, they should be given exposure, so that they can support in the problem solving, they can do critical thinking, and they should be given an opportunity to serve, and they should also be given that the training that how they can work in team and how can they develop the leadership. So these are the three important things when we are thinking from driving the local challenges, local to when we are going from local to global. So these three things to be kept in mind. And the most important aspect of it is the design thinking. This is also helpful when we are thinking of starting any new business, or when we are thinking of starting our own startup, especially the young minds, young students, because every college, every university is nowadays having business incubation center. They are having project-based learnings, projects. So how they can involve, how they can be trained so that they can think in the direction that they can develop the business solutions. They can develop the solutions for solving the local problems and then taking it to the national or international level. So the first point is the empathizing. It means that the problem has to be understood in the right context. And if problem is not understood in the right context, it means it will not have a long-term solution. It will not have a sustainable solution. It will not have a permanent solution. Then we cannot think about taking it to the larger scale or taking it to the global level. The second point comes, that is the define. So whatever is the problem, that has to be defined properly, that has to be discussed with different stakeholders at different points in time. And once the problem is defined, then only we should move ahead in the next direction. Then third point comes the ideation. Then there has to be a brainstorming between a good number of people, or the people who want to be involved into that problem solving. Then a brainstorming to be conducted at a different point in time, different kind of solutions to be discussed, and finally they should reach to the optimal solution, that what solution can be the best. Or different solutions at the time of ideating also, different solutions can also be tested depending upon that what kind of problem is there, whether it can be solved through a software, it can be solved through a by making the groups, or it can be solved through by making a product. Depending upon the type of problem, it has to be discussed. Then comes the fourth stage, that is called as designing a prototype and testing that prototype. So because once the ideation is done, different solutions have been thought of, discussed, brainstormed, and reaching to that this is the best one. Then for that best solution, or we can say best ideation, the prototype has to be prepared and it has to be implemented. Pilot testing can be done, and a testing on the local population can also be done, and the result can be observed, result can be measured, and then only we can think of giving it to the scale, whether whatever scaling is to be done to the national level or international level. So all these are the 5 steps of the design thinking that has to be followed. Then comes to the what are the skills required for the effective problem solving. As we all know that if we don't have the required skills, then we cannot go for a permanent and sustainable solution. So the first skill that is required is the critical thinking and creativity. So here critical thinking means there has to be, the problem has to be discussed from various perspectives. We should develop the skills so that we can analyze the problem critically. A very complex solution can be, discussed, can be tested. And nowadays there are various artificial intelligence tools which can also support in testing the various types of problems and various types of solutions. Teamwork and leadership we have already discussed, that is very important. Communication we have already discussed in the first part, that it is really very important. And adaptability and time management is the key. Because in different type of setups, the working environment may be different, working culture may be different, and so adaptability has to be there, and adhering to the time schedules, meeting the deadlines, and supplying the products at the deadlines becomes the key. Here I would like to share a small caselet. There was a steel manufacturing company in Odisha, I'll not name it, and they were one of the biggest supplier of the steel rods in Odisha. So what happened that a new manager, a vice president production has joined the organization. And what he has observed in that organization, that people are taking 1 hour, 1.5 hour lunch break. So he was a little bit upset, and he had called a meeting and discussed with other GMs and other senior people, including HR. Then the people are taking 1.5 hours break. They are taking lunch and they are sleeping here and there. So this is not the right practice, and I think we should discourage this, and we should reduce the lunch time from 90 minutes to 30 minutes. So there was a lot of, once this was done, so there was a lot of annoyance between the various people, and so the employees were, the loyalty of employees toward the organization has gone down. they were little upset. So what they have done, whatever was their shift timings, maybe say 8 to 4. So from 3:30 p.m. onward, they stopped working, and they started leaving the factory at correct 4 p.m. As a result, what happened after a month's time, when it was reviewed that the production has gone down by 25%. There was a huge problem. There was a huge pressure on everybody that why production has gone down by 25%. Earlier, it has not happened. So they again had a meeting, again brainstormed, again thought of that what is to be done. So, and one of the leader of the workers was also called. So he suggested that all the workers are, they are not happy and they are annoyed, and so that is why this production hampered. So finally, it is decided that not to fix any timing, whether it is 30 minutes or 1 hour. So it was kept open, maximum up to 90 minutes. And workers have started again working happily, and they were not seeing the clock, and they started working even late evening, 6:37. And the production targets were met, and the production has gone up by 25%. I mean 125% production happened next month. So this is the example of the local adaptability, because each area, each district, each country is having its own local equation, local environmental conditions. So that has to be studied first, and accordingly adaptability has to be made. So these are the 4 important skills for the effective problem solving. So, and this slide is again talking about how we can start the solving the problems locally. So first thing is, although we have already discussed that identification of the problem or identification of the issue, that what is the problem in the local community or in the neighborhood. Then comes the developing the solution, probable solution, by brainstorming and discussing with different stakeholders. Then comes collaborating. Here collaborating means talking to different stakeholders, community leaders, NGOs, or any other organization, maybe the government agencies, which can support and in taking up your idea ahead or your vision ahead for solving that problem. And once if you are successful by doing various strategies, then you can share that success to different stakeholders again. So this is the strategy which one can adopt. Here, I think we all of us know about the how the Ritesh Agrawal, the owner of Oyo Rooms, how he became successful. I think we all know the story that he used to visit to various places, and he used to find a lot of difficulties in finding out the budget hotel. So he traveled across, and he tried to observe that problem, that it takes a lot of time to move from one hotel to another. Then the room is not good, cleanliness is not good. Even he needs to negotiate the rate also. So all these problems he has faced. Then idea came into his mind that why not to offer something which can solve the problem of the a common man, or we can say a middle class or a lower middle class person, that he can see the room and there can be some standardization, and in advance he may know what kind of room this is, what kind of colony or what kind of location it is, and what is the rate, and that if that can be booked online. So that was in his mind. With that vision, he started. So he started this in the name of Oracle Stays in 2012 to offer budget accommodation. Then he started thinking that there is a need for standardization, affordable and quality stay. And because there's a huge market in India, there are thousands of lakhs of people who are traveling every day. So in 2013, he has renamed and rebranded it in the name of Oyo Rooms. Oyo means on your own. Then, as a result, what happened then? Finally, then he standardized the budget hotels with the uniform amenity like Wi-Fi, clean linen, and other standardization and breakfast, etc. Then he has made the platform, mobile app, website for the booking. He has tried to contact various owners of the hotels and who were not able to manage themselves. So he has tried to manage the various hotel owners. Sometimes he has taken say 10 rooms per month on a smaller amount, something like that. So lot of things he has worked upon. And with this in this way, he has attracted millions of budget travelers, especially the middle class persons, students, or the business travels when they are traveling for their business purposes. They want to go and they want to freshen up and they want to go to the market and coming back in the evening itself. So within few years only, he has expanded his business to 500 plus cities. Then he has ventured into other countries like China, Southeast Asia, Europe, US, and Middle East. And he has also attracted various investors who has invested a lot of money in the initial phases. So finally, what are the success factors and impact? We can say he has created opportunities for small hotel owners and by improving their occupancy and their revenue. And he has also implemented the data analytics and AI tools for the dynamic pricing of the hotel and better customer experiences. So as on date, Oyo has emerged as one of the world's largest hospitality chains, and it is having thousands and thousands of satisfied customers. So this is the story which talks about that how a boy who was not able to complete his graduation very easily, and how in the early age he has thought of some local problem and he has tried to solve it and taken from the local problem to the national level and international level and has become such a big business empire. So this speaks about that there is a huge scope for everyone, that how a small problem or a small community problem, if it is solved effectively and efficiently, then it can lead to a global brand. Then my third point of today's presentation is going from local to global. Although we have been discussing from from local to global we can go, but again there are few points which we can discuss very quickly. So these are the 6-7 points which we can talk about. Local, what does local to global truly mean? That I think you need not to explain. But here I would like to emphasize on the 3 points which are really very important. The from local to global means translating the proven models to diverse cultural, economic, and political contexts. So we should try to make the solution which can, be adaptable to various cultural, economic, and political scenarios. Secondly, the model has to be such so that it is replicated to various places, various locations. I would like to quote here the international brands like in the food industry, that may be the Pizza Hut or maybe some other brand, that they have replicated burgers here in India, and they are serving the veg burgers. So there is a local pot also, and there is a internationalization also. So the model should have this concept replication to be done. Second is the influence that is shaping the global discourse and policy. And third is sustainability. That is the key, that we have to have a long-term viability and its impact. It should be sustainable. Otherwise, there is going to be a problem. Again, sustainable scaling, what are the different concepts? We have already discussed it earlier. Adaptability, strong foundation, partnerships, and measuring the impact. We have already discussed that PDCA is for impact measurement, collaboration and partnership we have already discussed, adaptability we have discussed. So how global network can be built? So one can also talk to regional NGOs, and community groups can be discussed. They can be taken into consideration. They can be consulted. Local government can also be consulted, or maybe the state level or national level government can also be consulted, and the problem can be shared, and solution can be discussed, and support can be taken. Technology is playing nowadays a very, very important role in making any business idea, anything successful. So the use of digital platforms, use of data analytics and artificial intelligence is the key. So that has to be adopted, that has to be employed. Proper website, proper mobile application, and a recommending system has to be developed. Then only one can become successful in the business scenario. This also we have already discussed by one way or other. Another success story we can discuss of the Haldiram. We all know that Haldiram has started his business from the Bikaner, and it was a very it was a single product only, that we call it Bikaneri Bhujia. Later on it was named as Haldiram Bhujia, and gradually it expanded into a trusted household name across India. Then how they have Haldiram has expanded his business. Then nowadays you can see there are a lot of product range, namkeen, sweets, ready to eat meals, frozen foods, beverages, etc. And if we talk about adopting to the changes, then modern packaging, hygiene manufacturing plants, as per the international, they have deployed in the factories. So that is giving them an edge that they are the trusted international brand. And in the last 20 years, they have expanded to many countries. As on date, they are serving in 80 countries. Wherever you will go, you will find Haldiram. Whether you go to USA or UK, or you go to Dubai, you will always find Haldiram is there. So that is the brand they have built over time. They have that is the trust they have earned over the time, that everybody would like to go to Haldiram. Vegetarian means Haldiram. So, and over the period of time, a strong brand identity and market leadership has been made. So that is again a very important value addition. Another case study which we can discuss, that is the case study of Amul, that how the white revolution was taken by the Korean Varghese, that how it has become from a very local brand to the international brand. I think each one of us is aware about that. So I would like to share the success story of Amul with the video, and then we will discuss.
Do you know which is the largest milk producing nation in the world? It's not the United States, it's not China, and it's not even Brazil. The right answer is India. But it wasn't always like that. Historically, India was a milk deficit nation. So what changed? Well, the answer to that question lies in one of India's most iconic brands. But the story of Amul goes way back to pre-independence days. Let's dive in. You must have seen similar visuals of farmers protesting on multiple occasions. Something similar happened in 1946 in Kaira, Gujarat, where farmers were at their wits' end. At the time, Gujarat was part of the Bombay Presidency. In 1945, the government launched the Bombay Milk Scheme to improve milk supply and quality in Bombay. They partnered with Polson, a private dairy, to collect and transport milk from Kaira. But Polson's arbitrary pricing was pushing farmers to the brink. Led by Tribhuvandas Patel, these farmers approached Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. His advice: form a cooperative to supply milk directly to the Bombay Milk Scheme. If rejected, go on strike. Sardar Patel sent his deputy, Morarji Desai, to help the farmers. When the government rejected their demands, the farmers went on a 15-day strike in 1946. This led to the collapse of the Bombay Milk Scheme, forcing the British government to give in. In the same year, Kaira District Cooperative Milk Producers Union was formed with initial milk collection of 250 litres per day. By 1948, it saw a 20 times jump at 5,000 litres, with 432 farmers joining the cooperative. While the cooperative was finding its footing, fate had another game-changing element in store. Verghese Kurian, a 28-year-old mechanical engineer with a master's degree from Michigan State University, arrived in Kaira in May 1949. He was there to set up a creamery as part of his government scholarship obligation. Kurian met Tribhuvandas Patel and started helping fix dairy equipment. Initially planning to leave after his stint, Tribhuvandas persuaded him to stay. By 1953, milk production was booming. Under Kurian's leadership, the cooperative set up a plant to process milk powder and butter. In 1955, Prime Minister Nehru inaugurated this plant, a world's first in processing buffalo milk. As the business kept growing, it was now time for a brand name. And Amul, derived from Amulya or priceless, was chosen. It also stood for Anand Milk Union Limited. In 1965, Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri asked Kurian to replicate this model across India, leading to the establishment of the National Dairy Development Board under Kurian's leadership. As Amul grew, it brought on Sylvester da Cunha, who created the iconic Amul Girl. A cheeky response to rival Polson's Butter Girl. The Amul Girl became famous for her witty commentary on current events through topical ads.
Mind it.
It makes you really drool. Delicious, Amul.
With Kaira Union's success, more cooperatives formed across Gujarat. To avoid competition, in 1973, they united as the Gujarat Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation. The Kaira Union's brand Amul was extended to the federation. Today, Amul is a dairy giant with collection across 18,600 villages, 3.6 million farmer members. It is also the world's largest farmer-owned cooperative and is among the top 20 global dairy brands present in over 50 countries. Amul has also helped India achieve milk self-sufficiency. India's per capita milk availability now exceeds 450 grams per day, surpassing the global average of 322 grams. From a small cooperative born out of struggle to a global brand, Amul truly embodies the taste of India's success. Don't forget to share and subscribe to Business Hook for more such content.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Sorry for the disturbance. I think from this case study, Amul case study, how it started from a village in Gujarat, and then it finally lead to a global brand. And I think it is one of the global brand which is having its operations in more than 80 countries as on date. This is the old data. So Amul, whenever we are talking about Amul, we are talking about the good quality. We are talking about the trust, and everybody is trying to have the, whether it is butter, whether it is charge or whatever product of the Amul. So it is the synonym to the trust and quality. So this is the a good case study which is talking about that how solving a local problem, it can lead to a global level, and which can become a global brand. So coming to the third part, that how the TMU is playing its role in developing solving the local problems and taking the solutions to the global level. We are really making good efforts. So these are some of the examples of the university. So the first point is the community engagement. So under this, we are talking about the inclusive education and outreach. And in my last lecture also, I was talking about that we have adopted 9 villages, and we are giving the education to the villagers and their children. And in almost all the directions, it's not only the basic education, it's not only the education to the children, even education to the ladies, education to the farmers. So everybody we are trying to give the education. And in this project, our students as well as faculty both are involved, and they are also trying to solve their local problems. Like our students of agriculture are helping the farmers that how best they can grow, how best they can have the per acre produce. So that is one area where we are working. Second is we are also working on the preservation of the cultural and social aspects of India. As we all know that India is having a very, very rich cultural and heritage, and we were one of the best in various types of things, whether it is the architecture, it is art and craft, it is the music, uh, it is the philosophy. So we have developed a Center for Indian Knowledge System in 2023, and since then on regular basis our IKS. So we have integrated the one of the course in all undergraduate programs on IKS. Regularly every week we are conducting a national conclave, and wherein we are inviting people from national repute as well as international repute, and the outcome of those national conclaves is being converted into a research paper. And at the end of 12 months, for last 9 months we are doing this, and at the end of 12 months with 12 research papers, we are going to compile it in the form of a edited book, and that would be released and presented to central level, India level IKS cell, which is being presently controlled by AICTE. Coming to the environmental sustainability, we are having we have already collaborated with the Government of India under their Namami Gange mission, and our students are working on sustainable water management and environmental awareness campaigns time to time. They are going to River Ganga, and we are every month we are taking the clean Ganga kind of mission, and students are cleaning the Ganga and various ghats of Ganga. Health and well-being, we are really working very, very hard. As you all are aware that we are the medical university. We are having 1,000 bedded hospital, and we are also having a dental college, nursing college, paramedical college. So different programs are there, and with the help of NSS, we are organizing various health camps, awareness camps, wellness camps, and people are being treated free of charge in our hospital. And even for the child delivery, around 5,000 rupees are being given to the mothers of the child. So a lot of activities are being done, and people from 200 kilometers of radius are coming to us, and they are taking the advantage of our hospital services. During the Corona time, our hospital was recognized by the government, and we were the largest hospital of the region, and treated thousands of Corona patients, and we were appreciated by the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh also. We have partnered with various corporate houses, and we are trying to find out some solutions. And in the form of, we are having some centers of excellence with Ultratech Cement. We are having Center for Excellence in Cybersecurity in collaboration with Vijay Technology. And similarly, we are also having Center of Excellence with Apple, where we have developed one Apple lab also. So in various areas, we are really working great. Similarly, innovations and startups, we can say our incubation center, Teerthanker Mahaveer Innovation Foundation, TMIF, is recognized by MSME, Start in UP, MIT's Genesis scheme. And we are approved around 10 crores of rupees grant for supporting the local startups or startups of UP. I'm very happy to say that our 3 startups have presented in the UP International Trade Show, and they have attracted a good funding also from there, and good level of appreciation with a lot of news coverage. And that area we are working very hard. And our university was selected under mentoring program, and we were funded 2.25 lakhs rupees under mentor-mentee schemes. So, and similarly, we are recently being funded with 40 lakhs rupees of equipments. And the Atal Tinkering Lab, the Tinkering Lab has been developed with the support of Makers Bhavan Foundation. That is the organization or NGO of USA. Research is being done in various areas, and we are publishing regularly on Scopus and Wave of Science, good quality journals. So, and our research is also being patented. International collaborations regularly we are doing, and we are having collaboration with University Putra Malaysia, Bestford Education Group London, Avancity. We are offering MS program with Avancity France. We are offering MBA corporate in collaboration with Harvard Business School Publishing. BTech in AI and blockchain technology we are offering with IBM. BTech in data science we are offering with Tata Consultancy Services. So the collaborative programs also we are offering, and we are trying to have now twinning programs and semester abroad study programs also from the next session. And we are in discussion with various foreign US and UK based universities, so that our students would be benefited. Finally, if we talk about whatever activity we do in our system, whether in the professional capacity or personal capacity or in organizational capacity, I think efficiency and effectiveness to be taken care, and a good balance between the two has to be met, because we know that efficiency is the doing things right and effectiveness is doing the right things. So here at PMU, we are doing the right things, and we are also doing things right in time, so that we can optimize our efforts, and each one of us are teachers, so we can develop our students by this way, so that they can serve the community, and they can take the problems from solving it at local level and reach the global level. I can conclude my presentation by summarizing whatever we have discussed in this last 75-80 minutes, that these are the 10 points which I think each one of us should remember, that we should first think globally and act locally. We should try to understand the local problem, and we should try to the solution of this local problem can be taken to the higher level, and it can be a global brand. So, and start small but dream big. Whatever activity we are doing, we should keep in mind that this is my long-term vision, so we have to dream big. Collaboration is the key. Without collaboration, we cannot survive. And even let me share one of the example, that even the professional rivals, they are using the resources of each other by collaborating. Let me give you one example. Like we understand that in the telecom industry, Airtel and Jio, they are the professional rivals. But let me share the internal thing, that they are also sharing the microwave towers, mobile towers, which are installed at different locations, because to maintain one tower, there's a cost of 25,000 rupees per month. So they are sharing towers of each other in different states. So collaboration is the key. It has to be done at different levels. Whatever is the commitment made, that commitment has to be respected. Without that, a long-term relationship cannot be built. Business ethics to be followed. And one can say that business and ethics are two opposite things. Then how can it be done? It can be done, and it has to be done in the business. You can see that there's a name of Tata. Whenever we are talking about the good quality product, if we want to buy any kind of jewelry, and we go to the Tata showroom. So ethics is to be adopted in all kinds of operations. Adaptability we have already talked about. Without use of technology, we cannot survive. Execute effectively and efficiently, we have discussed. And innovation is the key. Regularly, we should try to find out the solution in a better way. How new thing can be developed, how new innovation can be done, and regularly follow up to be done by using the PDCA quality cycle. These are the 10 points which we can remember for finally from going local to global and doing the good community engagement. So I would like to conclude my talk with these 4 lines. स्थानीय बीज से बड़े हैं अरमान, संघर्ष से बड़ा है ये पहचाना जहान, जहां संस्कार और विज्ञान मिले हाथों में, वहीं चमकेगा भारत अपने सपनों के साथों में। स्थानीय प्रयास वैश्विक पहचान, हर कदम बढ़ाए हमारी महान, सोचें बड़ा करें काम साहसिक, स्थानीय से वैश्विक, यही है हमारा दृष्टिकोण, यही है हमारा दृष्टिकोण। थैंक यू वेरी मच। जय जिनेंद्र, नमस्कार, गुड इवनिंग।
Sir, it was a wonderful session having a blend of content with such a simplicity. You have explained everything, and the case study like Oyo and the story of rabbit and tortoise and Amul. We have all know about this story, but आपने उसे जिस तरह से session से connect किया and हमें local to global इतने अच्छे से समझाया, that really deserves a great round of applause. And thank you so much, sir, for your time and telling us in such a simplified manner कि ये सेशन कब खत्म हुआ हमें ये नहीं पता चला, और कितने अच्छे से आपने हमें ये पूरा कंसेप्ट समझाया. that is commendable, sir.
Thank you so much, Neha madam. Any other feedback from any other? Although people are writing in comment box, very nice
Yes, sir.
session,
Yes,
very
sir.
good, interactive.
Good evening, sir. I'm Professor Dr. Vandana Vik from Timid College. Sir, it was indeed, as Neha ma'am said, it was indeed a wonderful session, and it we didn't realize that the session has come to an end. And obviously the examples were wonderful in a very, sir, I think this kind of session you should take with our students also.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Sir, I have received one request from the participants who are attending this FDP. They want ki like in the coming winters or in December or January, we should host one FDP so that you can guide our participant with several importance of great repute so that they can be enlightened in the online mode.
Definitely, we can regularly try this kind of programs. And I want that everybody, all the participants should be benefited out of the experience which we have gained over the years, and by serving in different universities, different cultures, different systems, and developing the adaptability to different cultures. That is the key.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, look at the chat box. It is flooded with the feedback.
Sir, one small doubt from me. You said that you have adopted 9 villages, and for those villages you are going and making the people to study like that. Students, you are helping the students like that. How, sir, whether it will be like, because we have also adopted 5 villages and we are doing something not this big as what you said, but whether it will be like tuitions in the evening time, or you will guide the students in taking the different courses like that, or can you say something behind this, sir? So we also want to do the same thing. That's what.
Actually, our students and faculty, they are not going in the evening. They are going only in working hours. So what we do, we send our students in a bus. Around 40 to 50 students are going, and they are being handled by 2 faculty members. So what they do, they spread in 2-3 groups. So a group of ladies are being taught different things. A group of farmers are being taught also. And if there are 1 or 2 schools in that village, then the student, two students are going in one class, one senior student, one junior student, and they are taking, somebody is teaching class 3, somebody is teaching class 4, somebody is teaching class 8, something like that. So around 20 students are teaching in every school. So that is the way we try to solve. Secondly, we ask them whether you are having a problem in science or you are having a problem in mathematics. So around 2 hours they would be teaching. Any
They will
other
also be guided. They will also be guided to take what course next they have to do, like that and all, sir.
Yeah. In the in today's class, they have taught mathematics, and so in continuation in the next class, whenever there is the turn, maybe next week, they can take further. They can take up the next chapter.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Milanji, good evening. How are you?
Milan sir, kindly unmute yourself.
Good evening,
Yeah.
sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's a long time we did not meet.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So hope all is going good on your part.
Yeah, everything is fine. So
Yeah, I'm also planning to come down. I was planning to come down to meet you. It is good that I saw you online.
sure. You are most welcome. You are most welcome. You are most welcome. So I
Good.
think, madam, time is over now. So it's
Yes.
time for the next session, because
Yes,
everybody
sir.
should be left by around 9 o'clock.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for taking time from your busy
Thank you.
schedule and enlightening us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we